There we go. Oh, big one. I don't know how big. Ooh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we had a little idea. We've been fishing early in the mornings, we've been fishing late in the evenings, and it's been kind of slow. So the only other time that we can fish is the time we really don't want to fish, and that is the middle of the day. It's not too hot today. The pressure is a little bit lower than what it normally is, and the boat filled up with water last night. So it's gonna be an interesting day. You're supposed to put these little plugs, you're not supposed to keep them in the boat, you're supposed to kind of drip them over the side just in case it rains. That is what I absolutely did not do last night, and those filled up with water, but we're gonna test to make sure it works. It should work. I think we should be fine, but it is what it is. Yeah, so we have had rain last night. We've had a lot of rain in the past couple weeks here in Alabama, but for some reason the water isn't super dirty. I was at some ponds yesterday and the water was like totally, can't see it at all. So I think we're still probably gonna throw some like chartreuse, brighter colors today, just because. But we're gonna see how these fish act in the middle of the day. I mean, I feel like it's a good sign because we have bluegill and whatnot up here close up on the bank, and it's currently 10, 30, 11. We'll see if the bite is better, worse, whatever today. If we can catch 5 in the middle of the day, that is a money day for me. So I think going into it, we're probably gonna be throwing a crankbait, a jig, and a worm. I meant to grab the big worms. I bought some big worms to throw out in the middle. Since I have the fish finder, I kind of know where the fish are at, generally speaking. So I bought some big worms and I left them at the house. We're gonna be throwing 5 6 inch Senkos, crankbaits, and probably a jig. And hopefully this water isn't hot as, yeah. So also guys, I know you've probably seen this pond a lot, and then like the trophy pond that we've been fishing, you've seen that one a lot. The only reason for that is because these ponds are a lot deeper than some of the other ponds out here. So I know that like the fish in the deeper water are gonna bite. I fished some of the shallower ponds and it's like they're not as productive for me. So that's why we're out here. Also, we fished a creek the other day and I saw a whole bunch of bass. I lost a couple. Actually, I'm gonna play that clip now of me losing that fish in the creek. I was like pumped. I got up, I was like, I'm gonna make a creek video for you boys. I said it, and I said it in the previous video. I was like, I'm gonna make a creek fishing video. Everybody like be prepared for that. We went out to a creek, caught one, or we hooked into one, lost another one, and it was a little crap show. So we did this. All right guys, so that didn't work out at all. Well, I mean, we learned, like we got a couple bites, we got 2 bites, but we didn't catch, you know, we didn't hold any fish. So I mean, it's not a failed trip, but it's not like the most crazy successful trip, you know. Yeah, we are going to launch the boat. We have to load it first. That's one thing I love about this boat, and it's not like the Bass Raider or the kayak. I can load it on the trailer, and it's like I don't have to bend over to put the stuff in the boat. I just carry it, drop it in, carry it, drop it in, and there's only like 3 or 4 trips instead of like have to put the kayak in the water and then go get the rods out of the truck, blah, 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 blah. So we're gonna load the boat, then we're gonna get ready to go catch some bigmouth bass. See ya. I bet we'll catch an 8 today. I'm saying it right now, we're gonna catch an 8. All right, so the crankbait that we're using today is this little chartreuse digger. Nothing too fancy. The water isn't super clear, but it's more of like a stain, and then there's a little bit of a wind blowing right now, so I figured if we throw something chartreuse, and then it only dives 6 foot. And then this is a smaller body. We should get bit on this. It says we are in 91, or not 91 feet of water. The water temp is 91, we're in 15 foot right in here. But I think that we should be, I feel like there will be some fish sitting somewhere. So I mean, the water temp's 91, the water clarity is good. I like this water clarity right here, where it's kind of stained, but it's not, like you still have 2 to 3 foot of visibility, but it has like that light stain on it. Like, I think this is definitely my favorite color water to fish. And then we're throwing a chartreuse crankbait. Chartreuse is a color that I will throw anytime. It's a, you know, when you think of, well, most people think of chartreuse, say go straight for like dirty water, but it's one of those baits that I have confidence in like this clarity of water, or this is kind of like a brown stain, but if there was a blue stain on the water, if the water was like more blue and you only had 2 to 3 foot of visibility, I would throw this same color crankbait. I'm gonna try to make sure I'm doing like a really slow retrieve to give these fish time to like catch up to it and eat it. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, I think we're just gonna throw like a little weightless general around some of this grass and whatnot. I haven't caught any fish off of grass in a while, except for on top water. I just figured like deeper, cooler water would be more of a high percentage, so I've kind of just been skipping over the grassy parts of some of the ponds I've been fishing. Not saying that you can't catch them out of the grass, but you know, I like the, ooh, those look juicy. I might throw one of those on. Just straight up green pumpkin, and then they're big too, so you'll be able to cast them a little bit better. Gotta keep the baby bass on deck. The baby bass is always juice. Okay, I think that's all the maxing I have. I think I have some more stuff at the house, but I wasn't planning on doing this today, so that's all we have for today. We're gonna make it work. I wish I had like June bug, but we're gonna go with this green pumpkin right here. Green pumpkin's always a money color. Green pumpkin's like one of those, like an Alabama staple color. If you don't have green pumpkin when you come to Alabama, it's like, what are you doing? Oh. We might have some more max scent. What is that? No, chicken crawl. I need to get some flukes. I know I have some in another bag, but I love these belly weighted hooks for a fluke this time of the year. I really haven't done too much of that style of fishing, so I need to go get my flukes out. Could have got a hook in the finger. Oh, probably need to take that out of the box if I'm going to use it. Yeah, good idea, good idea. All right. Too crazy big, but hopefully this bigger size, it'll sink a little bit faster throwing it weightless, but it'll still have that free floating or that free sink look, not necessarily the look it has when there's a weight on the top of it. I feel like we're probably gonna miss a couple on this too, just because it's so long. We'll grab the tail. Smaller one will grab the tail. All right, I'm excited. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. Hope everybody's having a great day. We haven't caught a fish yet, but that is about to change because we got the general on the way. Let's go. Oh, see, our pedal's not working now. Darn it. Is there like a shortage? That is so weird. I took a 3-minute break and now our little foot pedal stopped working. Oh, I just forgot all about a lizard. Sorry, that was like a I got a fish ooh, but no, I forgot all about my love for lizards. I don't think I fished a lizard at all last year, honestly. When I first started my channel, that was all I would throw was a soft flat. Ooh, I saw that. You got it? That's crazy, like first cast. That's one thing I really love about fishing a weightless lure. It's really important to watch your line because you'll just see it like snap. And a lot of times it's just kind of like your bait getting adjusted, or like it might hit a stick and then fall off the stick, or hit a piece of grass. But other times you'll watch your line. You have to be, that's one thing about something weightless. You have to be watching the line. You'll be watching it and then your line will slowly start swimming to the left. You'll be reeling out your slack and you feel the weight of the fish, but like your mind hasn't registered it yet. And your line will just be swimming to the right, to the left, wherever. And then you set the hook and it's like, boom, gotcha, baby. Surprise. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yep, that's what I was talking about. Watching your line right there. Right there. My line was swimming. There was one beside this tree right here. Come here. Yeah, that's a big one. Dude, that's a good one. That's not a bad first fish at all. Look how golden he is too. It's like that summertime bass. That's what I was talking about, watching your line right there. That's why you watch it, because my line was swimming and I didn't even feel him. Woo! Yes. All right, boys, that's fish number 1. Thank you, kind sir. There he goes. Oh, the scale's literally right here. I looked behind me, I didn't see it, so I threw him back. I was gonna weigh it, but we had him out for a minute. He didn't really swallow the hook, but he was close to it. You know, it gets him like in the back of the throat where their esophageal tract, I guess you'd call it, starts. I mean, if there's one, there could be, very well could be another one back here. So I'm trying not to spook them all off running this trolling motor close to them. But so I'm not sure if we caught that one off of this tree or this tree. I'm pretty sure it was this one right here. Well, like I was saying earlier with the weightless rig, it really teaches you to watch your line, because I did not feel that fish at all. And I really wasn't feeling for the fish either. That's the thing. I just saw my line swimming off, and you reel a little bit of slack, and if it's still swimming, hook sets are free. I always set the hook. I mean, sometimes it might not be, it might not be a fish. It might just be stuck on a log or something like that. But like I said, hook sets are free. So if I reel a little bit of slack out and the line's still running, then boom, set hook. And so I think the difference in like these trees right here and like the ones that we fished down there, these extend a little bit farther off the bank. So whereas like these are probably only in 2 or 3 foot of water, these are probably in 6 or 7 feet of water, even though they're only, what, maybe 6 feet farther off of the bank. Oh, there we go. Oh no, that was another one. That was another one. We're gonna switch this worm out. No, we're gonna run out of these probably. Not probably, we are going to run out of those, no doubt. I'm sure that fish was hanging out on one of these trees because it's 6 feet farther off of the bank than the other ones are. So that means it can sit in a little bit deeper water and be a little bit cooler than being 150 degrees sitting up on a tree that's not as far off the bank. Oh, big one. I don't know if he's, or how big. Yeah, that's a fish. That's it. Oh, I just saw him. I think we should be able to get back there to him. Please don't come off. I knew there would be one somewhere on one of these trees that had that in it. Just, I'm not sure how big he is either. That's the other thing. Oh, there he is. He's out. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, we just hit the tree. Oh, 2 big ones. Let's go. Boom, baby. Let's go. And he didn't get our worm too bad. Come here. He's not as big as the first one, but we'll take him. We'll take him. I tell you, I love catching them. Like, I don't like losing fish. I know this is a good way to lose them, but I love catching them up against trees and whatnot. This is such a pretty fish. That first one was really pretty, but like, I don't know what it is about this one. That one had a little bit of a gold tint, but this is like that's like a perfect bass. You can tell he's growing. He's out of the dink stage. Like, that's a good solid pound fish right there. I'd love to have a day just filled with 100 of those. That's just one of those quality largemouth bass that I could just sit out here and catch 100 of if they would bite. How that one did. If I could sit here and fish these trees and just catch 100 of those, I would do that all day, every day. I knew there had to be one back here, especially fishing this weightless worm. It's not gonna sink as fast and you're not gonna get it hung up as much since it's weightless. And I was like, man, I gotta keep casting back here because I know there's at least one in these trees. There's at least one. There might not be a whole bunch of them, but there's at least one. And I set the hook and I felt them pull a little bit. Then I kind of like felt something, or felt him swim against the tree, swim into the tree, whatever. So I gave him a second and then he eventually came out. Once I got back here, he swam out. I was like, oh yeah, you done messed up now, buddy. You should have stayed underneath the tree. There he is. There he is. Thank you for getting rid of that worm because I really needed to. So guys, here's the thing. There's a little stream that runs out of the pond, or like runs into the pond right here. And, ouch. Hey, don't do that. But anyway, yeah, so there's a little stream here. I'll point to it in a second once I get him on hook. A little small one, smallest one of the day. Good bass. Okay. Yeah, so there's a little stream. Where is it at? Where those rocks are. I'm not sure if you'll really be able to see it, but it flows pretty constant into here whenever there's rain or whatever. Then there's a whole bunch of like little small bass, probably that just hatched this year, honestly. So, you know, anywhere that there's flowing water is going to be a lot cooler in this area. So right here, the water temp is 92 still, consistent with the rest of the pond, but I promise you over here it's a lot cooler. Maybe not today, but most of the time it's a lot cooler just because there's a water source flowing in and that just makes a little bit colder water. So that's why we cast right there and was able to hook up. Honestly, there's probably, I always say that that's a really high percentage area just because anywhere where the water's cooler at, there's probably going to be fish. Bait fish come to that cooler water. Bass like it because it's colder than the rest of the pond, especially when it's hot. So bass are just like you. If you're hot, they're hot. So finding colder water, if that normally relates to like a drain, a spillway, like a little creek flowing in like that, or if you have the money. Oop, there's another one. Give me that. Hey, that's the same, that's not the same one, but same size as the one, so y'all really didn't miss anything. That would be fish number 4. Stop that. Oh, got him. Ah, no, I hate that. Sorry. Okay, see ya. But yeah, that's crazy how I just catch that one right where I was saying the water's cooler at. But I was, yeah, I was saying pretty much like anywhere where the water's gonna be cooler at, you're pretty much guaranteed to catch fish. I'm not gonna promise you a big one, but fish are like you. If all the rest of the water in a certain location is hot, they don't want to be in that hot water any more than you want to be in it. You know, on a super hot day, you want to be in the cooler side of the pool versus the hotter side. So
chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them flock, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.